People who have found their friends' secret Reddit accounts. What was the most shocking thing you found out about them? My wife found my account and proceeded to review all my comments and found a "What's your darkest secret?" type AskReddit, in which I replied with a story about this time I left our barbecue on overnight. This was probably 3 years ago that she found my comment and still mocks me for it. Edit. Well, now that this has blown up, I decided to find the original comment, and boy have I remembered most of the details incorrectly. So, it turns out the question was, what is the most bizarre thing you've caught yourself doing after your brain's autopilot misfired? And after my wife read it, she said, I realized that this was your darkest secret, which I guess she interpreted and wasn't exactly what I meant when posting it. But I did say in the comment that I've never told anyone about forgetting to turn it off before, which is true. I've done it a few times, and every time I remembered about it I felt tremendous dread and panic, like I could have destroyed the house, world, etc. But thankfully it ran out of propane and everything was fine. In any event, here's the comment: https://www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/comments/58 in 50 /what _ is _ the _ most _ bizarre _ thing _ you've _ caught /d91g5 oj/. Thanks for all the karma, even though my memory sucks and I kind of lied. That she's just like everyone else. I was hoping for some dirt. Haha, can someone tag the guy who jacked it to his friend's Reddit, then told her BF? They write the most atrocious fanfic. Found my boyfriend trying to cheat on me. I don't usually share terribly incriminating stuff, but my nephew did discover a post in which I suggested jerking off directly into the toilet to avoid cleanup. Embarrassing, but I hope he found it to be valuable practical advice. So a buddy of mine recently got Snapchat and had a very unique username that deals with where we grew up. When I saw that username auto-populate on my Snap, I immediately knew it was him. You can imagine how shocked I was when I saw how active that same username is in Naughty from Neglect and RAOB. He married one of my best friends, so I was really surprised to see him activity search, and even more shocked when all his posts are looking for males only. Found my ex commenting on porn using the same pet names he would use for me. It was actually great because it killed any residual feelings I had for him. That he's a raging alcoholic. I found a friend's Reddit account and discovered that he recently had his circumcision performed at birth reversed. She does some very interesting cosplays and photo shoots. I shouldn't have been too surprised, as some of her Facebook pics were interesting, but these were much more so. He knew we knew and trolled us for years. Found a family member's account and was unpleasantly surprised by how many disparaging comments there were about me and my family. How much my friend valued our group. Found out a friend's dad was physically abusive to her mom and cheated on her mom, sad face. Threads like this are why I hide my subscribed subreddits and delete my username every so often and make a new one. I found my coworker's Reddit account recently. Apparently she feels really invalidated and underappreciated in her position, which really surprised me because she's a highly influential manager who makes probably more than 3x as much as me. Edit. A word. On another account I deleted, my ex and I were posting about our breakup and had no clue that we were inadvertently commenting on each other's post. Fast forward a few weeks and I posted about committing suicide, and as I'm walking to my car I am stopped by police and they tell me that they had a call about me wanting to harm myself and even told me how I do it, something only Reddit knew when I posted it. Long story short, I am sketched the fuck out and notice I have a follower Reddit. I went back to see anyone I've been talking to and that user was the only one. Then I went and snooped through her history and I knew in my gut who it was. It was very strange, but I am so very thankful. We no longer speak anymore and she hates me, but she honestly saved my life that night. I would have died had I not been stopped by authorities. If you are reading this, thank you. Update. Holy smokes. I didn't even think many people would read this. Thank you everyone for the kind messages and the honor of awarding me gold. Just so you know, this was a little over a year ago and I am so much better mentally than I was. I've been on medication, therapy, exercising, does wonders by the way. If you ever feel like you're in a dark place, just know that people love you and care about you. Even ones that you might not expect. This is a bit different, but my friend from when I was doing roller derby found me on here. We chatted, nothing too surprising for either of us in our posts except I'm bipolar, which she didn't know. The hardest thing is she died 3 weeks ago. I keep going to her account here and her last messages to me as it makes me feel better to know she's still on Reddit in a weird way. She had epilepsy and died suddenly in her sleep before her 33rd birthday, so it was very unexpected and sad. So I had felt for a while that my girlfriend's family didn't like me, but whenever I said anything to her about it, she insisted I was wrong and just imagining it. Then I found her brother's Reddit profile. He and I are fans of the same baseball team, and in a post on that team's sub I saw a post that sounded just like him. Clicked on the username and it was definitely him, lots of identifying details. So I start scrolling through, and sure enough he has posted several times things like, "My family and I hate my sister's boyfriend." It hurt my feelings, and I also felt like my girlfriend kinda gaslit me by insisting I was wrong, but I will say one thing made me feel better. He did a post on Am I the Asshole about whether he's an asshole for not wanting to invite me to family stuff, and basically everyone said he's the asshole because his reasons for not liking me are really shallow and stupid. Someone found mine and now they can't stop giving me shit for what I comment. My ex, asking for nudes and phone sex. I was right next to him when I found it. He gave me his secret username instead of his normal one accidentally when I asked him. Yeah, silly me too. I just laughed it off and tried to not make a deal about it because it was really embarrassing what he wrote and I couldn't really talk to my friends about it. Should have noped it out then and there. They are strongly opinionated on the idea of circumcision. Like extremely opposed to it. I'm extremely close with this person and I had absolutely no clue how passionate they were about the subject. Nothing all that interesting. Also, don't use your gamer tag, Skype name, Steam name, etc. as your Reddit name. Found my wife's account. It wasn't a secret account per se, but then again I didn't know she even had an account to begin with. Turns out she's a really nice person who posts positive and uplifting things to people who usually need to hear it. 10 out of 10 would marry again. He's got an array of homoerotic fetishes. That they were gay and opinionated. I found a coworkers and they are really lonely, insecure and post asking for a lot of advice. It is pretty sad. Then I got nervous they'd be able to somehow see my posts since I viewed their profile, so I went through and deleted my posts and account. I keep 2 accounts and the occasional alt. One account that I post in my city's sub and more identifying info, and another account I post in my profession, field's job. My field is small enough that combined with my city and other comments posts, anyone who knows me could put it together. So I keep it separate. Found my brothers. Looks like dad died. Everyone nervously scrolls through to see if they've been found. A wide and vast array of colorful kinks. No judgment here. This originally started as a throwaway for the same reason. I see you like girls wearing thigh highs covered in cum, Mark. I see you, and I don't judge you. But I'll never tell him I found it. My ex introduced me to Reddit and I didn't use it much then, but now that I do use it, I saw our old first messages and decided to creep on his account to see what he was up to. Posted a lot of jokes about my stupid ex, so that kind of hurt. My other ex, more recent, posted a pic of my nose to our mild lippiness, that kinda stung. LMAO edit. Here's my nose, weirdos. https://i.red.it/zay54chkol21.jpg !udum_source equals share and amp !udum_medium equals ios_app. His wife has a masquerade mask used to document their naughty times. They like their wife. IRL he mocks, "My wife is my best friend" guy, but on Reddit he mentions her in every comment as a subtle way to flaunt the fact he got laid. Porn. So much porn. When I was in high school, somebody found our English teacher's account where she gave detailed explanations on how to please a man. She deleted it when everyone found out. If you're reading this, Ms. F, I always thought you were hot. I had secret Reddit accounts disguised as different people to send messages of support to a friend who I found out wanted to commit suicide a long time ago and was crying for help on Reddit. His smiles have been genuine since then and he has been more open to people. He was exactly who I thought he was. It turns out that sometimes a great friend is also a great person. That my friend was suicidal. Nobody knew until one of us had to go onto his laptop to turn in an assignment for one of his classes. He thought everyone was just playing with him and that we as his friends secretly loathed him. When we told him, he became mad and deleted his Reddit and said it was all a joke. He killed himself 9 months later. I miss you, Shajid. He has a dick piercing. I had a fairly new coworker that moved back home to care for his sick mom. A couple months later he asked management if he could come back and they said yes. He must have been having trouble coping with something, because he disappeared sometime in the afternoon on his first day back. A day or two after he disappeared, a post was made on a local subreddit that was obviously him based on what I knew about him. He was just asking if anyone wanted to hang out because he didn't have many friends. I got really worried and asked him if everything was okay. He never responded and deleted his Reddit account shortly after. Anyway, he was really into weed and programming. We could have been really good friends. He was my friend, I thought. Turns out he made a whole incel-inspired post about how I was an idiot slut who wouldn't sleep with him. It sounded so similar I was pretty sure it was him. A couple of clicks throughout his profile and it was 100% him. Not friends anymore. I didn't find out anything about them, I just saw their bare ass. Man, I wish people would include how they found out. I automatically think people know who I am on any and all social media sites, so I don't post something that I don't care if someone finds out. My friends and family may be surprised that I'm bi-romantic, but everything else is widely known in my circle. I have found numerous secret accounts, all by pure accident. So, I'll hit you with the highlights. Asterisk roommate has a friend he took headshots for and I recognized her chest tattoo. She posted a lot on a certain NSFW sub. Asterisk found a two friends of mine on FetLife. One was married, and the other was her best friend. Asterisk found a girl who I went to high school's chemming profile while browsing Pornhub. I'm like a accidental Sherlock Holmes for titties. My friend thinks that incest is totally okay and should be legalized nationwide. That one threw me for a loop. If you're reading this, check my post history and you'll know who I am, buddy. Cheeky smiley face. Person who was found. An amp, #X200B. Ex-girlfriend broke up with me, because of a story I posted about a moment in time I would change, which involved not meeting a different ex 8 years prior. Because I didn't specifically say at the end, I have a girlfriend now and I'm happy. Edit. For clarification, the change I would have made was not meeting ex-girlfriend A, being this seems such a misunderstood point. He talked mad shit about even his best friend and secretly despised some of us. My best friend is dating his, but I stopped talking to him. So did my best friend. Not a Reddit account, but I found my boyfriend's little brother's Tumblr. To be fair, little bro followed me first, and I didn't realize who it was until after I had started dating big bro. Little bro likes wearing girls' panties, which I absolutely do not understand because it's always the super itchy lacy ones that rip after one wash. You do you, little bro, but get some comfy spandex boyshort style. Way comfier, I promise. That a couple of things he will occasionally deride as weird or doesn't get, he is in fact quite a bit into. And by quite a bit I mean a lot into. That they were transgender, I was oblivious and then everything made sense.